wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Pitt State Esports. I'm Drake Miller here, joined by Easton Stamanites, and we have some more Rocket League again for this week. This time facing off against Northeastern State University Riverhawks. Should be a pretty good matchup. It's interconference in the MIAA, so we see these two teams go at it in other sports such as basketball, baseball, football. But now it hits the esports scene, and we have Rocket League for you guys tonight. Pitt State sticking with their usual roster, frequently Jones, North, and Logan. So should be a pretty consistent feel to the game. But Northeastern, not a lot to know about them. Couldn't find their rosters anywhere online. So this is going to be a surprise going into it for not only us, but probably the players as well. Easton, you were here with me on Monday watching Pitt State face off against James Madison University, who we unfortunately fell short to. What did you think about our gameplay?
You know, we were up against some great players. I mean, two Supersonic Legends and was it a Grand Champ 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, them being Grand Champ 3 and the two Supersonic Legends, while we are all, the highest we had is a Grand Champ 1, right?
Yes.
So we did pretty good. I think they were very consistent in how they played for the most part. Of course, there were some overcommitments and small little misplays, like not rotating properly or something. But overall, they seemed like they were communicating pretty well. It's just they had a very big mechanical disadvantage, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The speed of play that we saw Pitt State play at earlier this week they stepped it up. It looked like going into that game, I really expected them to, fall pretty short early on, like bang right off the bat. It looks like we've just been told it's actually going to be Rogers State who we play today. So just a little change in opponents. Don't know when that was changed. I'm assuming the players knew prior to us knowing, but without, not much to change here between, knowledge or whatever. But I will say we stepped it up a lot against the speed of play of those Supersonic Legends from James Madison. And just mechanically, like you said, just fell short. And I think if we can keep that speed of play up against players who are about the same skill level or maybe even a touch higher, that chemistry between our players should be able to take them down. But this change of opponent, I think we've seen Rogers State at least last season. I believe we played against them. So try to get some stats pulled up mid-game or whatever. But I think, going into this game, obviously Rogers State, I assume, isn't going to have two Supersonic Legends. I don't think that's extremely common amongst D2 schools. But you never know. These guys could be really good, and they have just as much chemistry as our guys. So it should be a pretty good matchup, though. Series of 5, per usual. So first to 3, if you want it simplified in that direction. But without further ado, Easton, do you have anything else you might want to add going into this? What do you think are some things that Pitt State might be able to do a little bit better today?
From the last game, definitely trying to get that air-to-air contact and winning those 50s in the air, especially because they gave them so much space a lot of the times to where they could just do whatever they wanted with the ball and go up with it or dribble on the ground, and they just lost kind of their traction because of that. So I'd like to see more early commits, honestly.
Yeah, I think just getting no hesitation, going after the ball immediately. As soon as you see, there's some space between the ball and your opponent, or maybe just a disconnect between the ball and your opponent, going after it, pursuing the 50s, and then also anticipating where the ball is going to go after the 50, as well as touches, anticipating your opponent's touches. And that's really the difference between good and great Rocket League players from what I've seen, watching broadcasts of RLCS and things of that sort. You can really tell, my play style as a very, much lower rank than even these guys that are playing today. Just being able to feel confident in your play style and pursue the ball at a high level because you're good enough to. But without further ado, we should be nearing game 1. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, and we'll be right back before game 1. So stay tuned. All right, so we're set for game 1. We've got Buke, Colbs, and Gimme for the roster for Pitt State. I'm assuming this will be the interconferential roster. But on the other side of things, I believe it is still Rogers State. We have Benito, Cosmo, and RSU. Very interesting gamer tag there, but Colt's going for a shot in the corner, no good. We'll get to see a little bit of a different play style, so not the team that these Pitt State fans might be used to, or even Rogers State might be used to. But Cosmo taking it off the wall, can't do much with it in the air. Benito goes for a shot, stopped by his own teammate, and now Colbs to the other side. Buke with a nice pinch from the corner. Cosmo misses, and Gimme's up. Pinches it from the other side. For those of you that are just tuning in, we missed the first segment of this game. So it is 2-2. You're not seeing things. And we are headed into overtime. So 2-2 in game one. Cosmo wins the kickoff, and Buke will send it over to the other side. RSU knocks it down for Rogers State victory in game one.
What did we even see there? It was like just a hard hit off the ceiling, and it had an odd, I think Cosmo might have followed it up and bounced it center for RSU to finish that, right?
Yeah, I was a little bit lost trying to get my feet underneath me, but that was a pretty entertaining, 2 minutes that we got of that first game. I wish we would have gotten to see the first 4 goals, because I think we kind of missed the meat of that situation, but unfortunately with some technical difficulties, we did miss that. But game one goes to Rogers State. It looks like their roster, we didn't get to see much, so not a lot of analysis to be given here, but I think this, you can obviously see we're not as to that level as our consistent roster of Jones, Logan, and North, but we definitely have some bright spots. I think Buke, we saw him in the esports showcase. We also saw Gimme in the esports showcase. I don't remember if we saw Colbs. I could be wrong though.
I don't think we did see Colbs.
Maybe by a different username.
Maybe a different name.
But I don't quite recall the other two though. Obviously we saw Gimme last season as well on our starting roster, and then Buke, new addition, I believe he's around champ 2 or 3, so not definitely some players that have a lot of skill, have a lot of potential to be good, and I think it should be a pretty solid series. Rogers State also looking pretty strong. I think we just messed up that one touch there on our side of the field and just gave an open net to Rogers State. But what did you think, Easton?
It looked pretty fast from what I was seeing. A lot of connections. I saw a couple maybe team bumps from us there at the very beginning of when we started watching. But, I mean, they were pretty good in the air is what it looked like as well. So,
yeah, definitely some airplay. But, yeah, the chemistry looks a little bit shaky. But I think all these players have the potential to, have a good game, rotate. And if they can get their rotates down, and I'm talking for both teams now, if they can get their rotates down and communicate just a little bit more, I think both of these teams could put on a really good performance. But we have game 2 right on the horizon. We're gonna go ahead and jump into that. They're going over a couple of things before we start, but we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and we will be right back for game 2. right, game 2 now. Same rosters as last game, and a quick shot from Rogers State as Cosmo puts that one in the back of Pitt State's net.
I don't even know what to say there. It's just good follow-up from Cosmo off that kickoff. Good goal. I mean, you know, fast play. Should have been ready for that. I think one went for boost there. May have been a mistake.
Yeah, clean shot there from Cosmo. Buke's up for this one. Off the backboard. Is anyone there to put it home? No. Buke playing a very good support role here for Pitt State's team, but down 1-0. They're going to have to step it up. Buke's there for the save. Shot by Benito. And Buke trying to get it past the last defender from Rogers State. Flicks it over to the backboard. Anybody there? Shot by Colbs. Blocked. 50 from Gimme as he sends it back to the orange side. And a shot from Benito blocked by Gimme. Colbs pushing the offensive as Buke goes up the wall, leaves it for Gimme. He's there for a pass. Will they put it in? They will. Colbs.
A great demo from Buke there, honestly.
Was a very solid team play. You saw Buke there faking up the wall. Gimme takes the ball into the corner, and the double commit leaves Rogers State net open. RSU up for this one. I'm actually going to start calling him R9 because I think RSU stands for Rogers State. Took me a while to figure that one out. But Buke with another nice save. Benito centering it back up. Gimme sends it back to the blue side. And now Rogers State will start the defensive. Benito with a nice 50. It'll be in the hands of Gimme now, who gets a 50 midfield. Sent away by Colbs. Buke now with possession. Will give it up. Colbs sends it into the corner. Pass two defenders. Benito versus Buke, and Buke makes a great play. Buke, nice clear. Colbs with an air dribble, and he gets it past. Great shot by Colbs, and it puts Pitt State up 2-1. 3:13 remaining.
Good fake.
Going high, just leaves it low. Gives Pitt State a lead here, just above half to go. Colbs and Buke seeming to have some pretty solid chemistry here with this Pitt State squad as Cosmo spins it away, gets a shot by Benito, blocked by Gimme. Buke's up for this one, shot by R9, blocked by Buke. And Cosmo sends it home. Too many shots on net, and Pitt State can't handle it.
I mean, how do you even save that? It's just, that's like too fast to even get up for that, you know? You have to like predict that shot at that point.
Yeah, I think you just got to play out of the net.
Yeah.
It was just a problem with rotation and maybe even boosting management here on that Pitt State side. So, leaves their net once again open. 2-2's the score though, anybody's game, 2:40 left. Cosmo goes for a redirect, pops it just a little high. Going back for it again, off the back wall. Could he get another? No, blocked by Gimme. Sends it down to Colbs, good pass. Couldn't Colbs capitalize on this opportunity? Pops it off the back wall. Looking for Buke. Sent away by Rogers State. Buke to start the offensive once again. Nice block. Both these teams playing about an equal amount of defense as offense. They have their passive moments, but also their very aggressive moments with double and triple commits alike. R9 centering it up. Looking for Benito, but it's a little rattled by that pursuing gorilla. Buke's back for the save. Missed the bump. But gets demoed in the process, no matter, to get it out of their side of the field. R9 now, 50 into the blue corner. A little bit of a slower paced offensive now as Pitt State's not looking to give up the third. Neither is Rogers State. Off from Gimme. Pass to Kolbs into the corner now. Gimme with a shot. A little bit off the mark there. And now Buke will keep the pressure up. A shot from Cosmo. Goes for the redirect from R9. But just misses it. And now Kolbs and Gimme down on the blue side. Cosmo goes for or Benito, excuse me, goes for a redirect. Just misses it. And the touch by Buke. Kolbs now downfield. Gimme goes for the shot, no good. Buke now sends it to the corner, gets it past one, but not past R9. The shot, no good, blocked by Cosmo. Benito has an open end. I didn't even realize. A triple commit from Pitt State. And Buke just out of position. Thought he had time for that mid boost, and he did not. But just a huge misplay from Pittsburgh State. Puts him down 3-2 here in game 2. Gimme sends it into the opposing corner. Could he set his team up? A 50 from R9 says no. Buke off the back wall. Two Pitt State players up now. And RSU has all of the pressure in the world going in their favor. Popped up. Gonna have to make something happen. Colby keeps it alive, or Kolbs, excuse me, but RSU knocks it down, and Cosmo will take the MVP here for game 2 as Rogers State leads 2-0. A bit of a difference in pace as we're used to seeing. Seems like these guys are just a little hesitant to pursue the ball. Not necessarily in a difference of skill, but just a difference in, lining up the comms, lining up the passing plays and such. But I think, both of these teams, obviously close game both times, could go either way. We could very well see a reverse sweep here from Pittsburgh State.
Yeah, definitely. Pitt State had, again, they only had minor issues. One big mistake was that triple commit at the end there, but overall, they did rotate pretty well. They were pretty good on the defensive side and pretty good on the offensive side as well. It's just one big mistake they made there, and it just messed up their whole game plan.
Yeah, and honestly, all of their goals seem to just be little tiny mistakes, whereas the goals that Pitt State scored, and I'm not trying to just, hype them up as much as possible, as much as I want to, but I think Pitt State's goals seem to be a bit of a good shot rather than just a mistake on Rogers State's side. So I think if Pitt State dials down those mistakes, they could very well keep their defense alive while also pursuing offensive pushes. But game 3 now. Place your bets. Will Pitt State reverse sweep? Good save by Benito. If he missed that, that was easily going in the back of the net for Pitt State. And Cosmo looking for a bump, but Buke dodges it and gets the ball. Kolbs sends it down. A double touch just off the mark. Centered it up, though. Maybe somebody could have sent that one home. And now R9 setting it up. Kolbs with a nice 50 to avoid the goal. Another nice 50 from Buke, but all three of them out of net now, and Benito has a wide open shot. And that's just what we were talking about, those triple commits. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like Kolb went for back. It looks like Buke and Kolb both went for a back boost there. And they just couldn't quite get to the net or something.
I think the big mistake was Buke and Gimme both going up for that 50 on the net that inevitably, bounced off the ceiling, just landed in Benito's lap. But I think if you leave one of them there, they easily could have kept their defensive stand alive while both of those players went for back boost. Unfortunately, though, down 1-0 early, too. And a nice passing play. Benito gets another. That was very well drawn up. You could see this developing all the way from the beginning.
Yeah, also a crazy redirect, too. I mean, almost straight from the corner, just a little bit out further from that boost. And he puts it perfectly in the upper 90.
Yeah, not to mention, just great ball placement, or shot placement, rather, by Benito. He is going ballistic right now. R9 back to clear this ball, but he'll let it bounce off the back wall. Now pushing the offensive. Another pass to Benito, broken up. Cosmo's now up for it. Kolbs sends it off the ceiling, still has control. Benito with a nice clear. Gimme can't get it much farther than the corner. But Kolbs now with a little bit of control. Buke's there to follow it up if he needs him, and he's there. Oh, off the crossbar. Just barely misses. And that will be one that you'll look back on if Pitt State doesn't claim this game, thinking that they could have easily turned the tides and got the momentum rolling in their favor with that goal. But they get possession again. We'll see if they can make something happen here. Cosmo misses. R9's forced to send it to the corner. Buke's got the speed, but R9 is there. A good shot, but an even better save. Gimmy's there for the save. Back on the orange side, but Benito keeping pressure off the back wall, but Gimmy's there to clear once again. Cosmo will go for a ceiling pinch. Don't know if that helped or hurt them more, but they'll keep pressure. Kolbs is going to take possession over Gimme. Gets a 50 with R9. Benito sending it back to the orange side. Buke centering it up. Nobody home to put that one away. Kolbs into the corner, bounces down, awkward touch, and Gimme with a nice goal brings the deficit to 1.
Yeah, definitely that awkward hit from Kolbs here to where it bounced off that wall at just the right angle for it to go down. Definitely got the goal for them, you know.
Yeah, not only an awkward hit off of the corner, but the ceiling corner as well caused that ball to just dip down right in front of the net. And just a great follow-up by Gimme. Oh, a shot by Kolbs. Nearly ties it up, but just off the post. Gimme's gonna keep the pressure rolling though, as R9 goes to clear. Buke's there. Anybody there to follow up? A great clear by Benito, but another shot on net. It's off, and Buke scores the second goal, tying it up.
Now we're seeing it, the pressure that Pitt State is needing here, you know, and they managed to clutch it up at the 2-minute mark. Not even at a later minute mark. They were like, we need to get in this now so we can maybe take this lead early.
Yeah, 2 minutes left, or just under, as Pitt State ties it up. Cruz. Good 50 in the air by Benito. Cosmo going for a nice shot off the crossbar. Or maybe off of Buke's car. Regardless, does not fall. Cosmo goes for a clear. Gets the pass centered. And Gimme will slow down the push, but not enough. Buke's in an awkward position. Doesn't go for it, and a miss by RSU. Leaves for open possession. Buke's up. 50 from Benito. No good. Blocked by Kolbs, the shot. And these very intense. A goal here is absolutely massive. Putting yourself in position, down by 1 with 1 minute to go as Rogers State puts in the third goal. And what a touch by Cosmo. I mean, just a great shot.
I think we talked about this the last match, but right when they got tied, they started playing a little bit more defensive, and I think they just need to be pressuring more on the attacking point at that point, because they're still tied. They're not in the lead, you know?
Yeah, you're not really looking for mistakes by Rogers State. They haven't made very many, to be truthful, but you've got to keep that pressure up and just force the opening rather than wait for them to create one for you. Buke has some open field here. Awkward bounce off the corner. I think if that would have just bounced directly, would have been an easy Pitt State goal. But now Rogers State looking a little bit more passive. 30 seconds left. Pitt State has to score to keep themselves in this series. Cosmo will bounce it down. Buke pops it up. Miss from Gimme. Leaves the net. Hard to defend. Kolbs now with some possession. Gets it past 1. He'll take it up the wall. Off the ceiling. Awkward touch. Buke centers it. Nobody there to put it away. And what an opening that was created by Buke, but just nobody to shoot it. And that will just about do it for Pitt State. Goes down 3-0. And a sad loss at that. Keeping themselves in it in every game. I believe every game ended 3-2. And
Yeah.
just unfortunate that they weren't able to reach that 2-goal mark, and had the first game in overtime as well. Lots of opportunities that I see missed, but I think this, if all else, and this might sound a little bit cheesy, but this was a bit of a learning experience for this three-man squad. These guys obviously probably don't have a ton of chemistry, a ton of experience with each other, so I think getting that experience against Rogers State, you saw the different opportunities and openings that they created. Duke and Kolb's obviously a lot more mechanically inclined, and then Gimme putting in some of those goals as well, playing a little bit of that support role. But I think there should be a pretty bright future for this squad if they can just clean up a little bit on that teamwork side. But aside from that, Easton, what did you think they could maybe improve on? We saw some open opportunities, obviously, but just mechanically or even chemistry-wise.
Mechanically, I'd say they did pretty good on the kickoffs, but in the air, we saw a lot more air control again from the other team, and I talked about that at the beginning for the Logan Notlow and Jones team. It's kind of the same situation here, to where these guys had a lot more space than they should have, and had a lot more air control with that ball and more control with the ball in general.
Yeah, I think being able to attack the air is going to be huge. I think this squad definitely was a little bit worried in going into the air. Buke seemed to be one of the only confident ones. We saw Kolb's go up a couple of times as well. But just being a little more confident with your touches. And we talked about that beforehand, even though we didn't know that this was the squad we were going to be seeing today. We talked about, not hesitating, going for those touches. But with that being said, we are going to wrap it up here on Pitt State Esports. We appreciate you guys for watching. We should see you in 2 weeks' time. So not this coming Monday, but the next Monday should be the regular squad for the NACE matchup. But again, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next time.